Hey, what's up everybody? Bit me some back with another daily live trading video. Appreciate everybody for joining me. If you guys um, are watching right now, leave a like, drop a comment. I'd be very appreciated. So right now we're just gonna go over this chart. Pretty much this is Bitcoin right now. We're gonna go over this chart just to try to figure out where we could be heading and where our next movements are gonna be at. So we're gonna be there. We got a resistance and support there and there, somewhere in there. So we're kind of, this could technically be a resistance also, because it technically is. So we're gonna have to wait till we either touch back down to here to go back up, or it's gonna come back down to here to create that to come back down. But the thing is now this has also created a second level. If you guys notice the way we usually do our trading, this will be level 1 and this will be a level 2. So if we break above this white line, there's a good chance our next resistance will be up here. So we could take a trade all the way up there or something. So with that being said, let me see what this is doing. So yeah, so as you can see, we're pretty much in this zone right here. So in this little zone. So if we're gonna be in there, we're gonna have to either wait for it to either break out or continue up, or breaking out, continuing up, or it's gonna just continue down to make its next decision at this bottom line. The bottom line is around 23,000 or so. This next one up top is around 29,000 or so. So it's definitely gonna depend. But that's on the monthly also, so it could take some time. This also could be a possible like wick down before going up. All right, so let's go to the weekly now. So this is the weekly. So like I said, as of the monthly, we are at resistance. Our next idea would be possibly to fill in this range right here. So like I said, if that's the case, we're gonna have to look into these next. And then the most recent monthly candle was bearish, so it just closed bearish, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. All right, so now that we're on the weekly time frame, we're pretty much gonna do the same thing now. We're gonna pretty much have a zone up there. We pretty much got a zone there, got a zone there. You could say we have a zone here because there is support, but I kind of want to put it there for that reason of that guy. Yeah, something like that. All right, so this is on the weekly now. So as a weekly, we have a level 1, we have a level 2, and we broke above it. So that's the level 2 that I'm talking about that we're kind of waiting for. So since we broke above this, if you notice right here is where we got the rejection at. So if we got the rejection at that point, that's where we're having a lot of problems getting to the next level. So what could be happening though is that this candle right here, this tall candle, doesn't have a big bottom wick. So this right here could be possibly coming down to retest this area to push back up. And if you kind of notice, this is where we pretty much have support there. So it's going to be in between this zone right here. So like we got a level 1, level 2, now we broke above, so it's going to possibly come down here to retest that. Well, we already filled in this zone right here, we already touched the top. So now since we got rejected, our next idea would be we need to fill in this zone coming down, and that's kind of where we're at right now. And we're getting a lot of these rejections at this point, which is a good sign, because what that's saying is that we're not able to penetrate this line right here, pause, to keep continuing to go down. So with us getting, look at all these wicks, all of these wicks right here are just showing us the strength of the bulls right now. The reason why we have that strength is because we already did a level 2 break. A level 2 break usually confirms that, and this is on the weekly. So on the weekly we have a level 2 break, which is also possibly why we could be creating another second level break right here. So with this, let's see. Yeah, I would say, okay, I would consider these two. Yeah, these would be, that could go there and that could go there. So this is this, I'm still working on it too, figuring this out, but this looks like a possible 2 level break too, if you kind of think about it. Like we have, well, we have from this bottom support up to there. So we have this, and then we have this support down to here again. So with that could be, let me redo this. Look, this could be one level, and then this could be one level, which is also why once we broke above this level right here, you can see this is where we got the rejection. We came up, stopped here, went up, came back down, stopped there, and then that's where we came all the way down to grab liquidity, and then we pumped up. But since those are kind of really close, I mean, this is kind of what I could be seeing, is that we could be creating a second level. There's already a resistance, so all we need now is a support here. So if we create a support at this level, what's going to happen is we're going to definitely push up possibly to this next resistance area. I mean, there's obviously minor support resistance areas here and there, but the ultimate goal would be probably to hit this top. All right, and so yeah, like I'm saying, is that this is on the, that's on the monthly. So let's say the weekly. Ooh. Yeah, the weekly, like I was saying, is pretty much the same as like we have the support there, we have this resistance there, we could say something like that. All right, so you know, level 1, level 2, and then this is the break. And what they say is on a bigger time frame, the bottom wick could be the, if there's a big bottom wick, you know, we come all the way down but we go back up after, before it, you know, goes too crazy. That'll be the bottom wick, which is these zones that are getting created, which is that zone and that zone. That's 2, and then this is the break above right here. So what we could be doing is creating this bottom wick, which is also creating another zone. So what I'm possibly could be waiting for on this weekly time frame, just to be thinking about, is that we could possibly touch down here just to give it a retest. It could be a fake out before the actual push up, or we could just, you know, tap it real quick and go up. So there's definitely a few different scenarios, but we wait till closures happen. We don't just assume and predict. We wait till closures happen. That's where we get our confirmations from. All right, so now on the daily, let's see, the weekly, we are technically bearish again. So monthly we're bearish, but this was also after a big pump. So like I said, you kind of got to keep that in mind. This weekly was also after, well, not so much. It's just kind of been ranging at this point. So what this kind of tells me, the range, when it usually goes sideways, something usually happens. Look at right here, we all went sideways, and then boom. Right here we went sideways, and then boom. Right here we went sideways, and then boom. So what's most likely going to happen, what's telling me, is the fact that we're already broken this level 2 right here. What's most likely going to happen is that this is going to possibly come down. This is my thinking of what could possibly be a scenario, is that we come down and give this a retest before going back up, because we're already pushing kind of, but everything is bearish. So that's, I mean, as in monthly wise and things like that. But that's why I say you want to really keep an eye out, because we could be at the end of this bearish, which is, I mean, like I said, we're moving up right here. So with this being going up, it's hard to go against what just happened, even though we did just come down. But this, where I'm saying, is if we break a level 2, we do a level 2 break, anything above there usually confirms this trend is already flipped around. The level 2 break is what confirms to me that the move down finally reversed. I mean, it could always come back down. I'm not saying it can't, but what I'm saying is that this is a good sign that we could finally be continuing up, even though we're still bearish on the charts, as in the monthly candle, like the whole candle itself. The weekly, the same thing. So look, now we're gonna get on the daily. So let's see what this daily kind of could let me know. See if I see anything on this daily. So we're gonna pretty much do the same thing, you know, just find these zones. As you like, if you're a new trader and you're still trying to figure things out. One second. All right, so if you guys are like a new trader and you guys figuring out how to like look at a chart, obviously it's easier for me to see. The way I kind of do it is you kind of zoom out far enough and you want to look for these kind of big movements like that. Okay, what that pretty much does is that it lets you know there's this zone right here. Pretty much, look, there's a zone right here, there's a zone right here, there's this one right here, there's pretty much this one and this one. So this would be a bad place to trade in because of how, and then look at, there's a zone right here. So pretty much what I'm saying is that that's how you find your zone. So where I would put my lines at are pretty much the top of that line, or even maybe even over here, top of that line, you know, top of this line, kind of like that. So let me show you what it would look like if I didn't have all these lines. So what I would do is here, I'll come over here. This is your most recent area also, which is pretty much telling that this is the most current information, this stuff right here. So with it being the most current information, it would probably hold more value than something over here, which is, as you can see, this is kind of getting cut through. Not saying that's not important, but the thing is look at where we were having problems recently. So that's kind of letting me know that area is a good area. But if we start moving above that area, where I would think we would have problems would be that next little resistance at that point. So I would be watching in that area. But yeah, so look at let me see how far that is. That's a good amount. All right, so yeah, so look, that's one little area I see. And if you also are a new trader, there's a way the way I kind of figure it out is I look at there's a green red, so it needs to be green, and then this next one needs to be red. That's how you find resistance, and how you find support is red green. So hopefully you guys could understand that. I mean, there's a lot of new people, but like I said, look, red green, that's support. Green red, that's resistance. So with that being said, that's how you find where your lines are going to be at. You know, and the reason why this one is obviously cutting through this line, it's all right, because that kind of tells me that's a fake out. And the reason why I think it's a fake out, because even at this level over here, this is exactly where we're getting support at. Look, we found support there, and then look, we found support again. So that's kind of telling me that could possibly be a fake out, and fake outs usually happen in the opposite direction of where we're going. Look at right here is a fake out. It went up before it went down. So what that tells me is that if this is a possible fake out going down, the next move would be up to this area, which could be a possible. Okay, so that's on the daily. That's kind of what I see on the daily so far. So we're back in this range right now. So with this range, something like this possibly, with this range, our next idea would be to possibly fill in this range and start moving up back to retest these areas. All right, so that's the daily, and then let's go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, so pretty much we're just working our way down, trying to find important areas and things like that. Everything has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then you shouldn't be taking the trade. Just an FYI. Okay, I like this song. And I do watch Donvo's stream every day. If you guys are familiar with Donvo and Wix9, shout out to them. They're always streaming and showing us a lot of values. This is why I offer my free YouTube with the knowledge they've showed me. I'm passing it on as a good deed, just like they passed it on to me for free. So eventually we'll all have the same knowledge. And what I'm trying to really go for, if you guys are interested in, I want people that trade the exact same way as all of us, so that way there's more brains on one strategy and we could figure out more ideas and more things like that. I'm not saying you have to, but like I said, if you guys want to be a part of the bit crew, because we have a lot of people that are joining the Bit Crew little day by day. If you really want to be a part of the Bit Crew, focus on learning to trade this way. Don't go out finding 100 different strategies, because like I said, the more I really want to be surrounded by people that trade the exact same way as I do. It's just the reason, like I said, if we all have the same ideas, we could get more accomplished. Whereas if we all have 10 different strategies, we all, are reading a different book. We all should be reading the same book. That way we could really figure out what's going on. That's just an idea of what I'm saying. But yeah, and like I said, how I learned was from Don Vo. So if you guys are really worried, just follow Don Vo, and I promise it'll lead us to the promised lands. Shout out Don Vo. I'm only here because of him, man. He's made it so simple for me to understand. And I'm still working on it myself, but the thing is we're not giving up, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna figure this puppy out. I promise that. I'm really just trying to find these important levels. I need to see what's... Yeah, that's more like it. Something like that. So that to that, and then that to that would be one. Possibly like that. So from there to there, that could be one. I'm just trying to find levels that make sense. The way to really do it is just to play around with it and figure out what's what. Like this is a type of zone I like, something like this, where I'll show you right now. This guy right here, if you look at it, we broke above the line, we found support, and then we broke it, and then we found a resistance right there at the same point. So that line is definitely slicing between both of those. Same thing right here, look, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. So that line is important. But now, since that's important, what's important? What else is important over here? That's why I say you just got to play around with it until it's like a puzzle almost. I mean, obviously I'm not the best at figuring out which lines are which, but give me enough time and playing with these lines, I'll definitely figure it out. And that's why I say I restart it every few, if I need to restart it, I'll restart it. I don't mind restarting something just for that reason. So that way I don't. There is this is the thing I'm having trouble with too, though, is trying to figure out like how many lines is too many lines. It's like I shouldn't have that many lines right there. And I'm really just trying to evolve and not need so many lines. Like I said, so how I kind of go about it is this is a range right here. This is something right here. We have a resistance, and then we have a support. So that lets me know that's a range right there. So I could put a line right there, and by looking left, I'll be able to find out if it's, just okay, perfect. Look, we have a support there, we have a support there, we have a resistance, we have a resistance. This is one that's kind of tricky me. Maybe if we put it down a little bit lower, yeah, something like that. That's like it. That's more like it. Yeah, baby. Appreciate everybody for watching. If you're watching, if you guys haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. We're really working on this next chapter, and if we could hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, that'll be great. This next chapter in life is going to be awesome. So I appreciate you guys for watching. We're only getting better, and I promise you this is not over yet. So with that being said, I guess I could, and okay, so let me switch it to the 1 hour. Let me see what I see on this 1 hour. Something like that. I could even raise it up a little bit. Something like that maybe. Yep, that looks nice. That looks good. That looks very, very good. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hope you guys are having a good day. Let me know, drop a comment if you made it this far into the video. I would appreciate it if you leave a comment. Let me know if people are watching, because sometimes I don't even know if people watch this stuff. Alright, yep, so let me see. So with that being said, so with the 4 hour, we're technically, see, like, okay, look, on a 4 hour we came down, right? We had a 1 level and we had a 2nd level and we didn't break it. So what this is kind of telling me, see, that would be level 1. This would be a level 1 right here. Oh, yeah, this will be a level 1. Level 1, and we broke down. Level 2, and we didn't break down. But on the 1 hour, this was also a level 2 break. Look at this one. So look, from here to here, level 1, level 2, that's the break. Boom. But if you go to the 4 hour, which is also why we got this big pump back up and then a drop down. That was a long wick. So that might have been this one right here. The original drop could have been this move. And then we came all the way back up just to come back down again. So that could have been that move that you might have wanted, you know. And look at, this was the move that it was a picture perfect. You could have banged it so many times. So look at this. I'm gonna show you guys this. Okay, look, we have a level 1 right here, level 2, right? We broke down. That's the trade you could have possibly took at the bottom of this green candle, which could have easily, and that's if you got in right there. You could have gotten it's 1.3% move at 20% leveraged. You know, that's about 26 maybe percent or so, 20, something like that, 30%, something like that, I forget. But anyways, what I'm pretty much trying to say is that, look, level 1, level 2 break, boom, that's the trade, right? All right. Now we came back up, broke back into this range, found a resistance. That would have been level 1. This would have been level 1. And then this possibly would have been a level 2 had we created it around there. What happened is we got the resistance. We created another salary play. So not only could you have gotten in at this salary play, there's a second salary play. Boom, right there. Right there. Easy money right there. It's never easy money, but you know what I mean. It's just, if you understand the markets, you could really just sit and wait. You know, this doesn't happen all the time. I was able to take a trade out the bottom of this one, and I missed this one, which would have been the even bigger one. But like I said, I was waiting for it, but I just wasn't on the charts at the time, so I was only able to catch this first one. But yeah, so, and like I said, so now we're pretty much, look at what happened right here. We came up, got a resistance, and then this is only a level 1. So look, this is level 1 right here. So now if we break above this line right here, I'm gonna take a